like Armix said, who has to play Contra on easy mode? That is pathetic. That is pathetic. Angry Video Game Nerd, when he complains about games being too hard, like Silver Surfer, he gives logical criticisms. Same with me. When I complain about a game being too hard, I give logical criticisms. Star Fox Adventures is not too hard. It's easy. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness.
He released a spirit.
Oh, I guess so. He's not even sure. I don't even know who is who in this video, by the way. You're both wrong, dude.
Distant, because I just returned the second last. Anyway, this
plot lines are serious.
Plot lines are serious? What are you talking about? Plot lines are serious. What did that have to do with my criticizing the 5th and 6th Krazoa spirits being like so close together? Does that make sense? You know, you play the game for a few hours, get the first, play the game for a few hours, get the second, you know, and then all of a sudden, you get the 5th, and then the 6th immediately after the 5th, which is inconsistent. It doesn't make sense. It's like, it just doesn't make sense having to you get the 5th, then right away get the 6th with no gameplay in between. It's inconsistent. What does that have to do with the plot? Plot lines are serious. What does that have to do with that? Your criticisms aren't matching my complaints. What do you, like, I don't get it.
But no, instead, you fight Andross.
Oh, God forbid that we have a fucking franchise here.
Oh my goodness. Do you not understand my complaints? Later on in the review, I go into full depth. Andross has absolutely no place in the story of this game. Alright? The story of this game, 99% of the story of the game revolved around the Krazoa spirits and General Scales. And the Krazoa spirits, you know, eventually, at the end of the game, we saw the Krazoa god, but that makes sense because of the Krazoa spirits. How they forcefully put Andross at the end of the game. How they had to unravel a working story so much to try and attempt to make it logical for Andross's existence at the end of the game is beyond all logic. There is no reason for him to be here. No reason. It's like I don't know, they had a working story, and it's like some guy walked into the studio at gunpoint when the game was almost done and said, "You better put Andross in this game or I'm gonna fucking blow your fucking head off." Just when they're done. And then they quickly made up some bullshit about him reviving himself after death, putting him at the end of the game. Just I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like they're trying to link it to the previous ones. Like, you know, you don't have to have the same enemies at the end. At least with Mario, you know, there's reason for Bowser to keep coming back. He consistently is tied in with the stories of those games. Ganon in Zelda, he comes back, yes, but he is always a part of the story of all those games. Andross appears out of nowhere at the end of the game, ruining the story. There's no reason for it. Do you honestly want me to go on for 10 hours explaining why Andross doesn't have to be there? I keep assuming the audience, you know, will fill in these gaps. I guess that's what I'm doing wrong. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I kind of expected Andross.
No, I didn't fucking expect Andross. What do you mean you expect? I expected to fight General Scales. If not that. As bad as it is that I did not fight General Scales, he just, you know, dies automatically, then I expected to fight the Krazoa God number 2. Number 1, General Scales. Number 2, Krazoa God. Number 3, Andross. How would you expect to fight Andross immediately? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I mean, I don't get it, dude. I don't understand how you expected to fight Andross at first. Have you played this game? Nowhere is Andross mentioned until the end. He comes out of nowhere. You know? In fact, at the very end, they still could have had you fight the Krazoa God. He like turns around, there's Andross, like a big fucking slap in the face. No. Yes, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but every opinion should be backed up with logical reasons. You are not backing up your opinions with logical reasons. Yes, your opinions are fine, but if you want your opinions to be legit, you know, so others may agree with you, then you should back them up. In fact, if you backed up your opinions with logical complaints, maybe I could have changed my mind and revised the review. You did not do that. You did not do that at all. At all.
With him was all for nothing, and
There, see, I'm explaining it. Don't cut me off. Why don't you wait till I finish explaining, then go in and do the commentary. I know more about this than you, and this is the first commentary I've ever made. Ever. Oh my goodness.
that I had
Yeah, it's called a reoccurring character.
No! Yeah, well, yes, it is called a recurring character, but I explained it right there. In Star Fox 64, I was fucking, maybe I got into the game too much, but I was really pissed how Andros killed James McCloud. I was fucking furious. I was actually happy that Fox avenged James. And when I did, that was awesome. I was like cheering. I was like, yeah! You know, I don't even know if James really died, because he appears at the end. Maybe it was his ghost, maybe it was actually him. I mean, when the credits rolled in, he was there, like, flying his R-Wing. Maybe he didn't die. I don't know, maybe he's still alive, maybe he isn't. I'm gonna assume he's still alive, because it pisses me off if he is actually dead. But nevertheless, I was glad that I avenged Fox's father's death. But then having Andros come back in Star Fox Adventures ruins the ending of Star Fox 64. Now when I play Star Fox 64 and I beat Andros, at that moment I know that I did not avenge Father James's death, and that he's gonna come back, and that kind of pissed me off. That just pissed me off. I mean, there's no reason for him to come back. No fucking reason. And I'm putting these complaints in here. If I was the average gamer, you know what I would have done? I probably would have said, oh, Andros comes back and that's stupid. Ended there. I'm giving valid complaints to support this. You want to see fault in this. That is what you're doing. You want to see fault in this, so you're pulling things out of your ass. I'm explaining this.
Like Ganon and Bowser? Yeah.
Again, Ganon and Bowser are intertwined with the stories of their games every single time. There is reason for them to come back. You know, Mario 3, Bowser falls through the lava. Mario World, at the beginning of the game, it says Bowser has come back and kidnapped Peach. From the start, he is intertwined in the story, so it gives reason for him to come back. At the beginning of Star Fox Adventures, nowhere is Andros mentioned until the end. There's no reason for him to be there. I'm explaining this. Yeah.